Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Broadway Jets YouTube channel. You'll know me from Twitter as NYJ Mike. I'm joined as always by the master of receipts and the starter of Sandwich Gate, NYJ Matt. And Matt, today has been a very eventful day. A few minutes ago, the Jets signed Mike Williams to a 1 year, up to $15 million contract. People are saying you have something to do with it. We're going to get into it. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. We do some fun stuff on Twitter. We're bringing it over to YouTube, and but today Matt has caused yet another national headline of ordering a sandwich to the Jets facility for Mike Williams. Mike Williams comes to the facility, signs with the Jets. What a day.
Mike, it was a team effort through and through.
So humble, dude.
It shouldn't go unnoticed that all I did was DoorDash a sandwich to a different location than my house. But yeah, the idea comes to like a night and a half ago. I'm like, it would be funny, like a good gesture. Have some good like Northern Jersey food and deliver it. And I hit deliver this morning. And like we'll go behind the scenes, but before we go into it, Jets Twitter made that happen. Without Jets Twitter, nothing comes of it. And again, if it is a 0.1% difference of him signing, which might even be too high, it is a hilarious moment. I'm happy I was a part of it. But Mike, the biggest news is that they get Mike Williams, their wide receiver 2, who they needed. They get 3 offensive linemen in free agency. So hell of a job by Joe Douglas and the crew.
Joe Douglas really did it. But Matt, let's go through the whole process. So for anybody who has somehow not seen what happened this morning, the Jets were scheduled to have a visit with free agent receiver Mike Williams. He's coming into the facility. Matt orders a pork roll or Taylor ham, egg and cheese to the Jets facility. The Jets tweeted out that they got it, which is hilarious. And it took off. And then, of course, Mike Williams does sign. He had visits lined up, Matt, for the Panthers, for the Steelers. You wrote a note. You said, please tell Mike Williams that catching balls from Aaron Rodgers will be more fun than catching them from Bryce Young. Message got through.
Yeah, and when I ordered it at 7:45, about a 20-minute ride from Morristown bagel place, wherever it was from, and the driver gets it, and I message them. I'm like, the whole, hey, you'd rather catch passes from Aaron Rodgers and Bryce Young. And when they're about halfway there, I'm like, they need to send a photo or people aren't going to believe it. And the photo chain is kind of a funny event. And I called them. I'm like, hey, can you do me a favor? When you hand it to the person, can you take a photo? And that threw off a wonderful lady that was driving the food. She's like, wait, you're not taking the food? Who am I giving it to? And I was like, oh, and I tried to like figure it out again at 8 a.m.
He's like, listen, I have a Twitter account.
Mind you, my fiance was sick all night and went to bed like 4:30. And like 2 hours later, I'm in the other room, like, take a left, turn left, because when you get into Florham Park, if you follow the directions, you don't know. I'm like, you have to take a left. I'm on Google Maps while on the phone with them. And I kind of see them take the right route on the maps. I'm like, oh, it's going well. And then they sent me the photo of the security guy taking it. And when that happened, I'm like, I think there's like an 80% chance the Jets Twitter account will make their way to getting it. And of course, a couple minutes later, they did. And then everything kind of went crazy from there. The Fan, ESPN posted it. New York Sports posted it. New York Post.
The New York Post article was so funny because it had that quote in it from that you just said before, where you're like, if there's a 0.1% chance that it affects anything, I'll do it every single time. Mm-hmm. And then it's like Matt is trying to hide his identity from his employer. We don't know his last name.
Thanks for that, New York Post.
Throwing you under the bus. Yeah, it's like difficult to find who we are. We put videos with our faces on it.
Yeah, but and like I know you brought up the joke of being humble, but it really is as simple as I called in and ordered food. Like I'm no hero. Not all heroes wear capes.
You're a hero, dude.
It was very fun. Very
You're
fun
like
day.
Spider-Man.
And I need that final, like to finish the story. If there's a final picture of him eating a Taylor ham or pork roll, egg and cheese, it is a.
I mean, they're gonna ask him about it in the press conference for sure.
Breaking news.
Did it just happen?
No, breaking news.
What happened?
I've gotten a lot of followers from this, like 500.
Is it
Bill
sauce?
Billy McFarland, the guy from Firefest, that the guy from the Netflix documentary that
And you
like
tried to
stole
suck the
everyone's
guy's
money.
dick?
Yep, that guy, the guy who created it, just followed me.
Nice.
We'll get him on the show. We'll do like a Jets Firefest at MetLife, but all good. Mike, just
That
a
was the
very
breaking
fun day.
news?
What happened?
That was the breaking news.
That was the breaking news. But I mean,
Yeah,
like
Sauce's tweet was great, dude.
Michael Carter II had a great tweet, and
Oh,
the notifications. I've had like 100 DMs and like too many mentions to respond to. It is a fun storyline and a
it's
fun
so
off
good.
season, and that's
It's
why
so
we do it.
good. Dude, this offseason's great. We'll talk about the actual ramifications for the Jets because it's huge. But I just can't we can't brush over this yet. Yeah, I just saw the Michael Carter 2 tweet. It's
Here's the
like
other thing though, Mike. Very important. Very, very important. A lot of people are like, "Hey, are you ordering for the Clowney visit? Are you ordering for OBJ?" Lightning hit here. Now we probably move on. You don't want to oversaturate a great moment because then Clenny doesn't sign. It's like this whole thing is, well, 50. It is a fun moment. I would pay as much as I can to keep contributing, but
yeah, it's I was gonna
you,
say the Jets are going maybe down a slippery slope tweeting that out because like is everyone just gonna send them like breakfast sandwiches tomorrow? Is there gonna be like 1,000 sandwiches
there's like a
for
9 out of 10
Clowney?
chance that the intern just ate the sandwich and it's gone.
It was Mike Williams there at that point? I don't know.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
that
I had
is
a few
it's
people tell me they're like, it's not gonna like hold well. It's like egg, and what if he's there at 12? Like, why would he eat that? And I'm like, I don't know, man. It was like a joke. I get maybe it's not gonna work.
people said Joe Douglas was gonna eat it was very funny. Someone said that maybe he was celebrating a certain faith and doesn't eat pork, which was hilarious also.
That was
Which
scary. For a
which
moment, I was like, I'm gonna get canceled for.
he's like he celebrates Ramadan, he can't eat it. Um, it was just what a day, dude. For all that to happen, the New York Post, ESPN, Sauce is tweeting it out. Just so much fun. I got into an argument before someone said the Jets shouldn't sign Mike Williams. So I have these scratches on my face. I was playing basketball. I got scratched.
New York Jets fan only just tweeted out the Dwayne Wade to LeBron where Wade's like arms out,
Yeah.
and it's me as Wade, and it's Mike Williams dunking it as LeBron, but instead of a basketball, it's the bag.
Oh, the memes are so good, dude. The memes are so good. We should have thought of a good name for it. Is this like Sandwich Gate?
I was thinking about it. It didn't come to me, you
Yeah.
know. And then you can't get too politically correct. Call it pork roll. Call it Taylor Ham
That's
gate.
the problem. It's super divisive, man. I'm shocked that that wasn't the overarching theme of all this because people from New Jersey, for the Jet fans that aren't from New Jersey, there's a huge argument if it's called pork roll, egg and cheese. So pork roll is the actual food, and then
Yeah.
Taylor Ham, I guess, is the brand. I don't want
Even
to say it
broken
from
up,
where we
Mike.
are. I'm a pork roll guy. I said it.
I'm riding a fence right now because my approval rating is pretty high. I don't want to upset anybody.
Alienate half the fan base.
Yeah, but Mike,
Oh,
it was like all throughout the day, like another thing would happen. Like ESPN Radio would talk about it. The New York Post article came out, and it kind of went on and on. And again, like I've been smiling ear to ear all day because it is so fun to interact with Jet fans in this manner, and like people, like people DMing me that I'm a hero. Like
you're a hero.
my brain for a second, like maybe I did change. Like he signed, and of course that's not true, right? I don't think that I actually played a role in this. But again,
Mike Williams'
0.1%.
agent's like, dude, there's a sandwich. Like, he's like, I gotta stay.
The way that I articulate the 0.1% is like, dude, Jet fans are insane. Can you imagine if they win with like
It's
when
probably
they
more than
win?
point one. If that is actually what he's thinking, it's more than point one. It's like one.
I
And
would
then the
go.
Jets gave him $15 million. That helps slightly.
So athlete logos on Twitter. I think they have like a merch store. They DM me and they said, could we Photoshop the bag on like merch? And I'm like, yeah, like all good. Like, do you want to profit? I'm like, sure. And we'll split that 50-50. We'll negotiate that here. We'll do
What did I do?
51-49.
What did I do? What the hell?
I can't, but yeah, it says TEC, so Taylor Egg and Cheese, FTW, so for the win, and then the brown paper bag, like in like a animated style. Maybe that'll go. Maybe it'll sell one shirt, but it'll
I'll
probably
buy it.
be me that buys it. But yeah, the New York Post article talking about the employer was interesting. The comments
That
were
is so
funny.
funny.
Oh,
Why would they put that in there?
a big part of it. It's $23. And the guy from the New York Post was like, "You're lying." It was like he didn't say that, but he was like,
He
"Isn't
wrote
it?"
it in the article. He's like, it's an $8 sandwich, but there's some fees. I was like, what is this part?
It was $8.50. And
Yeah.
then I have DoorDash Premium too, and it was like $3 here, $4 here. I wanted to give it recommended like a middle tip. I gave like the higher end tip
You
of
got to
it.
give a nice tip. This lady's driving through the
5-star
woods.
comment, like what a saint. But yeah, we need that final photo of him eating it would be fantastic. But what a day, very fun.
What
And
a
the
day.
Jets got better. Like the main story, I want to detract from people actually like
This is the
hyping it up too
secondary
much.
story that the Jets got better.
The Jets got a lot better today, Mike, and that is a very, very good feeling. New York Jets UK account.
I saw that.
They tweeted 1 minute ago. That's history right here. The Adam Sandler.
Oh, there must have been something before it. What did
They did it from Uncut.
Yeah. Trying to think what were some other good responses were so funny, dude.
Go Mike Williams first. We'll go back to it. Again, if you are here, we have fun on Twitter. We're trying to get better on YouTube. Our production is 2 videos and like nothing else, but we're trying to get better on YouTube. If you want to hit subscribe, love to have you.
Cheers.
Yeah,
We have our
Mike,
draft later, not football draft. This is a fantasy baseball draft. But yeah, please
which is
subscribe.
frustrating because I am a reigning champion of the fantasy baseball league, and I'm usually all in focus on the draft. And now I'm going to be responding and answering people's DMs that I'm late to.
What bullshit excuses this before the draft?
I have to make any excuse I can if I don't win again back to back. But Mike, give me Mike Williams, wide receiver 2, take right off the bat. News breaks. He again was going to go to Carolina tonight into tomorrow, I think, and not happening anymore.
Yeah, before the offseason, we were really excited because we said the Jets need 3 offensive linemen and a receiver, and they're going to be insane.
Yeah.
They got 3 offensive linemen and a receiver, and they're going to be insane. It was never, it was just Joe Douglas had to do it. So look, if things don't work out now, it's okay because they did the right thing. But you look around this team, and it's insane. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback. You have a legit wide receiver 1. You have a real number 2. You have a good tight end that maybe you get Brock Bowers in the draft. You have a top 5 running back in football is what Brees is. You have a very, very good, if not great, offensive line. You have a top 3 defense from last year where everyone's back except one guy. And you have the best kicker-punter duo that we've ever had. What, all right. Like, the Jets are going to open the season with top 5 to 7 Super Bowl odds.
Maybe higher. Like
maybe higher.
If everybody's healthy, I'd argue the Jets have a top 5 roster in the NFL. Everybody plays their full 17-game slate. And when Rodgers' trade happened last year, I'm on record saying I don't care what else they do. It's a win, good for the front office. And everything they did after Rodgers' trade
was
wrong. Like literally every move they made after Rodgers happened wasn't good. So in this offseason, where you don't get the benefit of the doubt, we're like, get better. And on day 3 of free agency, they weren't better. They got worse because Bryce Huff leaving. So then at that point, we're saying, where's the win? Moses trade happens, right? The night before they get their left guard, that keeps looking better and better as more tape comes out and the guys keep talking about it. And you sign the best free agent available at the most important position that you need for your team.
Literally,
and then you sign when healthy, a true wide receiver 2, like a true end wide receiver 2 and healthy.
2 1,000-yard years. He's gone over 20 yards a catch. Sometimes he's a perfect complement to Garrett. You could put Garrett in the slot now. You can do whatever you want with him. And again, Matt, now the Jets could do anything they want at number 10. You could trade back. You could draft Brock Bowers. You could try to trade up and take Marvin Harrison. You could draft a receiver at 10. You could take the best offensive lineman available, which again, maybe that's I don't know, man. I feel like that's my gut. Not what they're going to do. I feel like that's what I would do in my gut is take an offensive lineman with the first round pick.
It's tough because, and I tweeted out, I feel like I flip flop every other day on it.
I know. Like, but then Bowers is there. Like, fuck.
Yeah, but like Bowers on like again, if they draft Bowers, I'll be thrilled. Like if you look at Aaron Rodgers' tight end production in his career, it's not like outworldly. It's actually like
Not.
under average.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it, like wide receiver helps you immediately, right? So if you get a true wide receiver 1 in the draft, and you have a 3-headed monster, and if someone breaks down, Alan Lazard with Aaron Rodgers has proven it could work. And you have younger guys that you kind of like in Gibson, whatever. But that helps you immediately. What the tackle position does is it gives you insurance in the long term, not just long term in like a year or two, but like long term this year, because you don't expect your tackles to play every game. But what you want to
Tyron Smith's
avoid,
not played 17 games. You're
right?
right.
But what you want to avoid is if he plays 14 and Moses plays 15 or 13, right? You took someone at 10 that likely may not start. And you hear the thing like, oh, maybe they play guard. Okay, what do you do with
Depends
two
which
guards you have?
guy. Right.
So, Mike, the answer is on that one to be determined. Like, I do want to have like more weeks leading up to the draft to have that take. But if you can trade up for an alt or Marvin Harrison Jr. or even Neighbors, I would do it.
Yes.
I'll
Fuck
trade a
next
future
year.
2, move up 4 spots. It's probably a future 2 and like a future 4 to move up is like the fair ranking. But the Jets 2 next year is probably going to be later, you'd hope.
The last
So like,
pick.
is that devalued because you don't have the 2 this year? So it's a future 2 end of this year 3 to move up to get a Marvin Harrison. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah. No, I would do it. I would do it tonight. I said that before. I mean, obviously, it makes more sense than before they signed Mike Williams, but it still makes a lot of sense. But yeah, and in terms of immediate impact, Bowers would technically be that guy too. I feel like of all the positions that we named, now the position of the most need is tight end. Technically, Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams is probably stronger than Garrett Wilson and then Tyler Conklin. So, you could do that. You could try to trade down, get back a 2 this year.
Yep.
So maybe if you take a tackle in the first round, a little bit later, you could still get another impact guy in the second round. It's just such a good spot, Matt. We're in such a good spot. And this goes back. So again, some more credit to Joe Douglas, which is what we talked about before the offseason, was that he built the roster to a point where you only needed, quote unquote, only needed 3 offensive linemen and really a receiver coming into this offseason. So, of course, just like a defensive tackle 2, running back 2, backup quarterback, stuff like that. But that's all attainable things with little resources. So he set the Jets up in that position, and then once he plugged those holes, which he did with real talent, you're in such a good spot. And I think it goes back to the Moses trade too. That really kickstarted this whole thing. If you address tackle differently, like what else would they have done? I guess you just draft a tackle at 10. Like they could have signed Tyron Smith and draft a tackle at 10. Then you're locked in. Now they could do whatever they want.
But like all available evidence, I don't think they thought that they were going to get Tyron Smith.
It doesn't seem like it.
And which is like crazy in hindsight. Like, what if they didn't? Like where are we at now? It's a really terrifying feeling. But
that's why we were terrified after 3 days of free agency with nothing.
Exactly. Mike, the contract for Tyron Smith is like basically, hey, if you play, you'll get your money. If you don't, it's a nothing contract.
It's so good. I don't know, Matt, if the stat was that if he gets to his 20 mil, if he's the 9th or 19th tackle in terms of pay in the league. Either way, it's worth it. It doesn't matter. Seriously. Yeah. Because you see guys like, even the guy the Cardinals just got, the guy DJ Humphries was going to make like $22 million this year. You're going to pay Tyron Smith 20 mil. And plus, listen, there is something to be said. I know Robbie made this point, Robbie Sabo. We were talking about this with Connor Hughes, like off the record. This is nothing that's reported fact, anything. Just that it's a little bit nerve-wracking that if Tyron Smith did fall to the Jets, why was another team not giving him multiple years?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Why would the Cowboys not try to keep that guy? But to the other end of that point is he's on a 1-year deal. You got to fucking play. It's an earn it, prove it deal. So it's great for the Jets. Contract year.
Feels good. Mike, it feels really good. And
what a
again,
day, dude.
You have Big 10 to get
You're
better.
You're a fucking hero.
I did try to strike while the iron was hot and tweet at Woody Johnson, let's collab. Now, I don't know what that means.
Did he answer? I was did he say something before? Because I was at work.
I don't even
picked
know.
A nice week to take off.
I don't know what "let's collab" means. I've no idea what that meant when I said it, but the whole point is like if I could just get in a room with Woody Johnson, I would pitch him on me being like his personal assistant of like the liaison between like the fan base and him, which it feels like he does a pretty good job of it anyway. But I just obviously want to have a
That'd
fun
be like
job.
half the fan base hates him. This would be a great thing for his popularity. We have to work on this.
I also might
Push a
be
little bit more.
unemployed by like the end of the week based on the New York Post article. And just I
Why would
told them
they
to
write
use
that?
I told them to use Matt and YJ, like literally the fake pseudonym that I made to write
To be clear,
on
this is you spelling your name ENWHYJAY, like NYJ, which is hilarious. Oh,
the.
you go Matt NYJ? I thought it was NYJ Matt. I
I
guess
think it's
Matt
the
NYJ
second
makes
one.
more sense. Yeah.
I love the Jets tweet. We're gonna need a fresh sandwich, and then I was like, do I send another one? Like, do I? I don't know. Um,
Dude,
but I
what a
will not be
day.
making. I need to tweet that out in a way where people get it. Where it's like if you can't recycle the same joke, and it's what this is. It's like True Detective season 1. This
Yeah.
went perfect. It went really well. Can't complain. If you try to get too cute with it, True Detective 2, 3, and 4, nobody likes them, and you kind of always go back and you think about the fun moment that we had.
Westworld season 1,
Mm-hmm.
Elite TV, Anthony Hopkins. Remember Dolores.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so fired up. The Jets are going to be so good. I tweeted out a couple months ago to someone. We tweet a lot, but I tweeted one specific thing. And I was like, the Jets are going to be top 8 Super Bowl odds. The guy was like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, bookmark this tweet. And I didn't, but I hope he did.
I'll help you find it. We'll control F it. We'll find it. So you can go
Yeah.
tweet back at him.
Yeah.
But I think when you tweet that, they're like 10th.
Yeah, no matter what happened, the Jets were going to be around 10 with Rodgers and his defense. But now you have Matt. It's a legitimate offense. This is a sick team.
You know what this reminds me of? And it's a bad analogy.
The
I
Tom
think
Brady Bucks.
one time per episode, I'll make the worst analogy ever. It is when Game of Thrones came out, right? I think it was season 6 or 7 time frame. There was like war happening in either the Middle East or like we might go to war with Iran. Like one of the things that happens like every 5 years. And I was like, I don't want the world to end because I want to see how Game of Thrones ends. Like I want to just see how, like wait until after, right? And that's how I feel about this Jets team. Like every big historical world event or like a world war starting, can we just wait a year?
Just chill.
1 year, that's all I want. Give me
Yeah.
1 year of no global conflict to see how this Jets team would pan out. And if it doesn't go well, we can move on.
Putin was going to attack, but he's like, the Jets just got Mike Williams.
Don't tempt me. I might send a DoorDash of Taylor ham and egg and cheese to Moscow to ease the tensions with Putin.
Yeah.
And just say, hey,
listen, be like, listen, 0.1% chance, good faith, American, just sending some fucking Northeastern delicacy to our enemies. China. Oh, man.
I think the athlete logos posted out the merch.
Does it look good?
Oh, they didn't do it yet. They DM me.
How is it?
It looks fine. Like it, yeah.
That was a horrible reaction. It probably sucks.
I like
That's like if you're gonna go out with a girl and like a blind date, and you're like, "What's how is she? Whatever." And friends like, "Oh, she's funny." It's tough. You don't want to be the you don't want.
I think I'm getting a profit off the shirt, so it is an amazing design.
We're getting a profit. What are we investing in?
51.49.
Should I get a new microphone? Should I get a new camera? Should I get a whole studio? I don't even have to use my fucking bedroom.
Dude, these athlete logos guys turn it around pretty quick.
They got a lot of good Mets gear.
No, he's a good dude. I like him. We follow each other.
Yeah. What a day, Matt. Blown away. Go work at you. Help our channel grow.
Well, I think my Breaking Bad though, because you saw my Breaking Bad tweet.
We won.
The quote is "I won," and again, this is a team effort, and that felt very selfish to do that. So I found it on YouTube, screenshot into the "We won," but I wanted to use the I Can Rest Now from Avengers Endgame with Tony and Pepper, where he's like laying there like defeated. Like that's how I feel right now. I want to call my loved ones, take a nap. It was screen
now we
time.
gotta do a fantasy baseball draft.
Dude, I'm in like Princeton today, and like hanging out at different stores, shopping, drinking. I'm just can't stop looking at my phone. I'm like, where's the next blue check mark that I can
Did you go on Richie's show before? I don't know if that you actually went on or
no. I'm going on Jake Assman's tomorrow.
the Ass Man.
The Ass Man.
Yeah.
But no, I think Mike Williams, the Jet. We got better. If you made it this far, I always throw this out there. If you make it to the end of the video and you DM us on Twitter, we will follow back. We appreciate the ones that make it this far at the end. If we don't follow you, we'll obviously follow you back. It's easier to DM Talk Jets. Mike, I think someone followed me, and then they were like, Mike hasn't hit me with the follow back yet.
It's fucked up.
And I was like, fuck, like that piece of shit.
I'm too good for that. I'm not following anybody. Dude, I feel like I have like some kind of disease in my face with these scratches. See that shit? I look like I have like polio's not the right, some kind of pox. Chicken pox?
Could be. Like I think again, looking at the growth, the YouTube like 50 plus subscribers over the past day.
We have some stuff cooking too.
We have a few good cooking. My Twitter account has grown by 1,200 followers since 8 a.m. this morning, which is ridiculous.
I got a couple hundred. Thank you for that. That's
you got a bump off.
I got like 200.
Dude, I hate it. I think I brought it up on another show. People tweet at me and like, you're the fucking idiot that uses Madden grades to like. I'm like, Mike is a different name than Matt, not me.
Yeah, it's not even close.
A few things happened too. Sean Marash, it was funny. They brought up before Mike Williams signed, they brought up Sandwichgate and
Sandwichgate. We should coin it that. I like that.
Marash was like bringing the topic up, and everyone was like, "You have beef with him?" And he's like, "No, he's a good dude. We're working it out." Because I have DM with Sean Marash, and he's not. He doesn't seem like a terrible guy. I think a lot of it's a bit, but he went on after Mike Williams signed, and Evan's like, Matt, like he was singing my praises a bit, which I love. Evan Roberts, thank you for doing that. Great guy. I like him the most probably out of anyone on WFAN. And Marash, like, he only did it to get publicity. And Evan was like, no, he did it to sign Mike Williams. And they were debating it back and forth. And then Marash incorrectly, which I haven't called out yet because I haven't had time to catch up, so that I tweeted 50 times today about the Sandwichgate, which maybe I tweeted about 3 or 4 times. Like maybe at most I've replied on tweets. But then I tweeted the whole, like, it's a team effort thing. And a ton of people tagged him. And like, you thought he was a dick. Like, he's a good. It was like,
I can't believe he made a respect tweet before. I know you saw it, and you made a funny tweet back at it. Because even I've never seen him break his shtick yet. I haven't seen it until today. You broke Sean Marash's shtick, and you signed Mike Williams. This is sick.
And we have a fantasy draft, our favorite league, in 1 hour.
Oh, I'm fired up, dude. What a day.
I'm gonna move the time back like 10 minutes, I think.
Of the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why?
7:15 start.
Sure.
If you 7 o'clock start, people will be there late.
Yeah.
Noticeably you, who's usually on time for most things.
I'm on my computer. I'm ready to go. I'll draft right now. Put it at 6:30.
No, because you're gonna be like, I gotta hit the gym real quick. I gotta get beers, and you'll be back.
I should hit the gym, but I won't. I'm gonna get hammered.
Are you drunk already? Are you drinking again? Like
I had a drink at the bar. The reason I delayed our podcast 30 minutes because I went to the bar.
Yeah, you hit me with I'm late at work.
I don't think I said that. Did I say that?
No, it was like I think I just.
I would have.
That was great. Last episode, you were hammered.
Oh yeah, I'm still not sober.
All right.
From the last one.
Good 30-minute video, Mike. I'll post it now. Get after it.
They're literally going to win the Super Bowl, Matt.
We might.
They're going to. Sandwichgate. Coin it.
What a good time to be alive. All right, buddy. Have a good night. Talk to you in a minute.